Good day and welcome to Predators Proclivity, the podcast where we talk about the Nashville Predators. Well, we look at data from the season for the Nashville Predators and make comments upon it. I'm your host, Preston Proctor. And I guess we do have some Predators playing in the world, some sort of world tournament. I'm not paying attention. I guess I had it on earlier today, the IHF men's whatever. And the Admirals are out of the playoffs. The Gladiators are out of the playoffs. Nobody's playing. But here we are. And we're here because I'm a glutton for punishment. No, that might be true too. So round 2 has completed. Round 3 does start tonight. Finally, Montreal wound up winning their series with Buffalo. That was a surprise. I'll address the round 2 matchups and talk a little bit about what I think will happen in round 3. Not a whole lot going on. Nothing. I was just checking in on the Preds, and there has been nothing with regards to the general manager position. I'm thinking the one reason for that, and I guess a lot of talk about other teams and hirings and whatnot, but haven't heard anything about the Preds. But my guess is that potentially the person that they're looking at is still involved in the playoffs, which otherwise I don't know. There's been a lot of talk, a lot of people, I guess, that have been interviewed. I don't think there's been anything. Looking at the Preds, and there's nothing on here with regards to that. I don't believe I've missed anything. Bridgestone Arena renovation. We got a renovation for the Preds. There's Broadway 2030 transformation project. I guess good timing, because I guess the 2030 Super Bowl will be here in Nashville. Mark your calendars not to be in town. I guess they were talking about on the radio today, talking about how there were a lot of bachelorette parties. Nashville's like the home for bachelorette parties. And I guess a lot of women still showed up when we hosted the draft, and that was we had 600,000 people come to town for that, and which caused some issues. And I guess the comments they got back from the ladies here was that, who cares about the draft? We can't have any fun. So the word is being at least started ahead of time. If you're going to have a bachelorette party in 2030, don't be here when the Super Bowl is here, because guess what? For one, it's going to be expensive. For two, you won't be able to go anywhere. And for 3, for weather here is probably going to suck. So 1, 2, 3. But yeah, otherwise I have no idea what's going on with the Preds with regards to that particular position. And with that, I know I'm going to have to take one break here. Oh, I know what I've got to do. I've got to get in my Cozy Earth stuff. Memorial Day's coming up, right? I have been working with Prudence on our other the podcast we do together, and I'm just totally out of sorts when it comes to figuring out what I'm supposed to do here with the Predators thing. And I'm only doing a podcast like every couple of weeks. I'm used to doing it every other day. Memorial Day, 20% off site-wide at Cozy Earth. But if you use the promo code PredsPro, you still get 21%, which is better. Well, if you get 3 or more items, you get 25% off. But hey, every day of the week, 21%, Preds Pro. And, if you're trying to gear up for that, maybe you need a little bit of energy, maybe caffeine. Head over to quantumsquares.com. Get yourself some Quantum Energy Squares, 100 milligrams of caffeine, 10 grams of protein. Preds Pro promo code gets you 25% off. As I've said many times, I like the Variety 12 pack that comes with 2 of every flavor. That's what we buy here, and then I'll supplement by buying some chocolate chip cookie dough because that's our favorite. Prudence, they had. Oh, that's right. Today they have their after the end of the year party. So she took. Normally she takes lunch. She didn't take lunch today. She did take a Quantum Energy Square to get her through the holiday party. So, they're definitely in demand here in this house. Definitely prefer them. So there you go. We'll come back and we'll talk about hockey. Right. So round 2 is finally over. I guess I could bring up what I thought. Well, I gotta have what I thought. Carolina, Philadelphia. We'll just start there. I had Carolina in 6. It was Carolina in 4. 2 of the playoff games went to extra time, but Philadelphia couldn't pull them out 5-on-5. They were a pretty good overtime team, I think, in the regular season, but in the regular season, they go 3-on-3. They have the 5-minute 3-on-3, and then there's a shootout. In playoffs, they play a whole nother period. They take the 15-minute, 18-minute intermission, whatever it is, and then play 20 minutes, and it's 5-on-5. And that apparently did not weigh in Philadelphia's favor. And the other notes, they put themselves in a poor position in their first home game, and so they got swept by Carolina. Carolina hasn't lost a game yet, so they're looking pretty good and rested. We'll see how that plays tomorrow night when Montreal, who beat Buffalo in 7. I had Buffalo in 6, Montreal was 7. Here's another series where only 2 games were won by the home team. Right, I think it was. Buffalo is same thing. Only 1 game in the Buffalo-Boston series that the home team won, and Buffalo-Montreal. There you go. Wow. So. That was that. Montreal playing on the road in Game 7, and the road team wins. So I guess kind of had to see that. Buffalo had won. They would have won in 6 because they would have been on the road in Game 6. Moving on, Colorado, Minnesota. I had Colorado in 6. It was Colorado in 5. I was amazed the last game, Game 5, 1 penalty each. 1 penalty each for those teams, and low penalties just in general. So my notes being the Avs were just too good for Minnesota. And then the Vegas-Anaheim, I had Vegas in 7. I thought the home team would win everything. That was wrong, but Vegas did take it in 6. Anaheim's propensity to give up goals at home, they just couldn't overcome that, so Vegas took it in 6. So I got 3 of the teams right. I didn't get a single series. We had 4, 5, 6, and 7. That's fun. At every, 4 different series, and they went different lengths of games. In the first round, had 2 that went 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 went 6, and only 1 went 7. So most of them went 6 in the first round. And so that's round 2. Looking at round 3, we got less games to talk about. We'll start in the East with Carolina versus Montreal. And I knew I was going to want to have my spreadsheet up because that's where I have all the records and stuff like that. But hold on a second here. There we go. Now we've got it. Boy, Yes, like I'm saying, so out of sorts. Okay, so what do we have here? Carolina, Montreal. Well, Montreal won all 3 games. 2 of them were in Carolina. Montreal won 5-7 in January, and then they played twice in March, 5 days apart. Montreal won 5-2 in Montreal, and then 5 days later they played at Carolina again. Montreal won 3-1. So, Montreal won all 3 against Carolina, which is not really that. Which is a little bit of a surprise. Maybe not so much of a surprise because I was listening to the NHL Now podcast, TV show, and they were talking about how Montreal might be the team that's got the best opportunity to beat Carolina. Well, I guess we'll get to see. Looks the way they played in the regular season, all the stats in the regular season, the stats in the playoffs are a little bit different. So I've got all of my spreadsheets, and now I've got the stuff from round 1 and round 2. And looking at the regular season, as far as in Carolina, so Carolina being home, Montreal being a road team, Carolina is the tops in scoring, but Montreal was stingy on the road. And then as far as also in Carolina, Montreal second in scoring on the road, and Carolina, the third period was weak at home as far as their goals against goes. So that so the Carolina, my thoughts were that given what happened in the regular season, that we would see plenty of scoring in Raleigh. But however, in the playoffs, it really hasn't worked out that way. Carolina goals for 2.75 in the playoffs. Montreal's goals against 2.38, so that's pretty close. And then as far as the Carolina goals against, just 1 goal a game. 1 goal a game. I mean, of course, they've only. I mean, this is why I decided I needed to go back to the goals. The per game stats, because Carolina's only played 8, Montreal's played 13, so just as far as sheer numbers go, it's going to be skewed. Carolina goals against 1 in the playoffs at home, and then Montreal's road goals for 3.38. So that's going to be a pretty good matchup there. Taking a look at how things look in Montreal as far as scoring goes, again, regular season, I would have given the edge to Carolina in the first period as far as their goals for, but also in the second period to Carolina based on Montreal's goals against. And then Carolina, one of the least scored on teams for road teams, and Montreal's goals for at home, not that great. Taking a look at the scoring here in the playoffs, Carolina's goals for on the road, 3.25, Montreal's goals against 3.17. So both of the numbers go up as far as the Carolina goals for and Montreal goals against. In both locations, as far as Carolina being a road team, Montreal being a home team. Montreal is scoring 2.67 goals a game, and Carolina has only given up 1.5. So Carolina only given up 1 goal at home and 1.5 on the road. And Montreal definitely playing better on the road. Their goals for is higher than their goals against, and it switches. At home, they give up more goals than they've scored, 3.17 to 2.67. So I think that the Carolina the games in Raleigh are going to be pretty interesting one way, and I think in Montreal the character of the games is going to be completely different. As far as the special teams go, neither I didn't really get much of a read. I think meh. Okay, so in Carolina, I thought that Carolina's power play would have the advantage over Montreal's penalty kill, and then as far as Montreal's power play would be better than Carolina's penalty kill. So yeah, both power plays going to look better in Carolina than the penalty kills. And then as far as in Montreal, the Carolina's power play to Montreal's penalty kill, my comment was meh. But And then their penalty kill, Carolina's penalty kill better than Montreal's power play. So in Montreal, I don't really expect the special teams based on the regular season record. But if we take a look at what they did in the playoffs so far, Montreal's power play on the road faces Carolina's good penalty kill. Montreal's home power play not as good, but Carolina's penalty kill is. So that's very similar. Carolina's power play on the road is nothing to talk about, but Montreal's penalty kill at home is awful in the second round. So just looking at the numbers, Carolina at home, their power play 1-6 in the first round, 1-10 in the second round. Montreal's penalty kill on the road, 3 for 14 in the first round and 2 for 11 in the second round. Just overall, the stats make me look that Montreal's just committing way too many penalties. As far as Carolina at home on the penalty kill, 0 for 7 in the first round, 1 for 11 in the second. So they've only given up one power play goal in 18 attempts at home. Montreal on the road, their power play is 4 for 13 in the first round, 4 for 10 in the second. So that looks pretty good. So that's probably going to be a pretty good matchup there. Carolina's power play to Montreal's penalty kill. I think the Montreal's penalty kill is going to have the advantage because Carolina's power play is not very good. In Montreal, with Carolina being on the road, Carolina 1 for 9 in the first round, 2 for 12. So just the power play, Carolina's power play just not looking like much to worry about. Montreal's penalty kill at home, 2 for 15 in the first round, 7 for 14 in the second. I think one of the most penalized teams in the playoffs so far this season. And then as far as Carolina's penalty kill on the road, 1 for 14 in the first round, 0 for 8. So they're doing pretty good. Montreal's power play, 1 for 13 in the first round and 4 for 16. So not looking like the power plays in the Montreal don't look like they're going to have much of an effect. The penalty kill is probably going to reign. So we'll see. I mean, things can work out slightly differently. Always can. But, as my guess is Carolina second in times shorthanded per games played at home. So they're taking a lot of penalties at home. And Montreal is third in goals for games played on the road. It does look like potentially a lot of penalties, which I do kind of feel like is going to favor Carolina in the end. My comments, Montreal likes 7-game series. So I think this one's going to go 7, but they're not going to come out on the winning end this time. That's my thoughts there on the Carolina-Montreal series. It's going to be pretty fun, and it starts tomorrow night. Let's take a quick break, and then we'll hit the Colorado-Vegas. All right, so Colorado has played one more game than Carolina. They swept L.A. in the first round. They went 4-1 in the second. Their one loss was on the road. So they have not lost at home yet in these playoffs. Vegas was 4-2 in both of their series, 2-1 at home in both, and 2-1 on the road. In the regular season, Colorado did win 2, and 2 of those games went to extra time. So only one game was settled at Vegas in regulation, 4-2. The other 2 games, one was a 6-5 shootout that Colorado won. The other was 3-2 decided in overtime. That game being in Colorado. So Colorado split the 2 in Vegas, and Vegas won in Colorado. As far as how things looked in the regular season, I'd say the scoring advantage is to Colorado, both home and on the road. At Colorado, the goals for versus Vegas's goals against, I think the first and second period, they would have the advantage. Vegas having the advantage in the third period with their much better goals against. And then as far as Colorado's goals against to Vegas's goals for, they had Colorado better. And then the third period looked like good versus good. So when we take a look at the being in Vegas, Colorado's good in the first first period. So Colorado looks like they're going to have the first period advantage in both locations based upon the regular season. And then the third period, good versus good. And then Colorado goals against to Vegas is goals for. In Vegas, second, third period, good versus good. So that kind of looks, going to be tight. I mean, the regular season games 4-2, 6-5, 2-3. So close games. And then taking a look at the scoring, Colorado had trouble scoring at home in round one. Of course, they only played first two games, and those were both 2-1 victories. I think those were 2-1 victories. LA, the second one was 2-1, but that was overtime. So they had trouble scoring at home in round one. They did bounce back. So after being 11th in the league in scoring in round one at home, only 2 games, but still, after the second round, they are now the top scoring team in the playoffs at home. Vegas is third and first. Because the first round they were third, and the second round first. I guess that's what that means. If I'm going to do some shortcuts, I should at least know what I'm talking about. And then that's as far as the goals for. Colorado goals for to Vegas's goals against in Colorado. And then as far as Colorado's goals against to Vegas's goals for, Colorado goals against 1.6 in the first round, 2.6 in the second round, and Vegas a steady 3 through both as far as their goals for. Taking a look at when Vegas is at home, so Colorado on the road, round one, Colorado was scored 4.5 goals a game. Round two, it dropped to 3.75, and round two, the average, so that would include round one. And then as far as the goals against for Vegas, 3.67, and then in round two, it kind of came down. So after 2 rounds, 3.0. Their goals against still at 3, and Colorado's goals for on the road, 3.75. As far as Colorado's goals against to Vegas's goals for, Colorado 1.5 in the first round on the road, and 2.5 in the second. Vegas 3 goals for, 2.5 in after the second round. So it kind of drops a little bit. So that's the scoring. Colorado, yeah. Okay. I see. I put that twice. I don't know why. Yeah, Colorado hasn't lost at home yet in the playoffs. This comment should be down here. But yeah, I think we'll just do a note there, and then so that's scoring. So I think there's not going to be a problem with scoring. I think Vegas seems to give up goals. Somewhere around 3. I think in Vegas, I think the scoring will be higher in Vegas than in Colorado, at least for Vegas. Colorado's goals for in Colorado going to be pretty good. As far as special teams, Colorado's power play not very good at home, on the road, in practice, playing in the street. That's just not very good. They did have the top road penalty kill, but as far as when they're in Colorado, so Colorado at home, Vegas on the road, the power play versus penalty kill going to be good versus good. Right? But yeah, I'm not expecting much out of Colorado's power play, and that was during the regular season. On here in the playoffs, it's been better, but Vegas's penalty kill pretty tough. So Colorado at home was 0 for 7 in the first round and 3 for 8 in the second round. As far as Vegas's penalty kill on the road, they were 1 for 7 in the first round and 3 for 11 in the second. So I think that's It kind of looks like the penalty kill going to have the advantage there for Vegas. As far as Colorado's penalty kill at home, and they were 2 for 9 in the first round and 0 for 6 in the second. So their penalty kill looking pretty good. Vegas's power play on the road in the playoffs, 1 for 10 in the first round, 3 for 8 in the second. So it kind of looks like the penalty kill the penalty kills are going to in Colorado have the advantage over the power plays. So we'll see how that plays out. As far as when they are in Vegas, Colorado on the road, 1 for 4 in the first round, 2 for 5 in the second. So their road power play hadn't had a lot of chances, but it's done okay. It was at 40% in the second round. As far as Vegas's penalty kill at home, 0 for 9 in the first and 1 for 11 in the second. So their penalty kill right there. So that's going to be a pretty good matchup. Colorado's power play and Vegas's penalty kill. As far as Colorado's penalty kill on the road, 1 for 7 in the first round, 3 for 7 in the second. Vegas's power play, 3 for 10 in the first round, 2 for 7 in the second round. So, maybe Vegas's power play at home might have a little bit of an advantage. And so, that's about the only thing I see there. So as far as things, Colorado should have no trouble scoring on Vegas. Vegas has a advantage on power play that could swing the series. We'll see. And we'll see how that plays out. Colorado, like I said, Colorado hasn't lost at home yet in the playoffs. I really wanted to make sure I got this podcast done today because I want to say they're not losing at home changes tonight. They're going to lose at home in this series. I've got it going 7. I think Colorado in 7. But I think it might just be that Vegas comes out tonight and shows up. I guess we'll see. I'm not very good at this prediction stuff. I don't know. It's just kind of fun to take a look at this. It's nice that we're starting to get a lot more data, and I need to refine how I'm looking at this for sure. And so I think I'm a little bit all over the place, but yeah, there you go. I think both of these series are going to go 7. That's going to be fun. Carolina, Colorado in the Stanley Cup final. We'll see if that plays out. CNC. Yeah, CNC Music Factory, Carolina, Colorado. I guess that brings up the question of how they determine home ice in the Stanley Cup. And I don't remember how they do that. I'm not even gonna guess. I'm not gonna guess. So you need to look that up. I will look that up. I will know, but I figure I'm not going to do it here while we're talking. So anyway, there you go. Hey, that first round was fun because so many games, and it looks like we're kind of scheduled to have a game a night. They'll be alternating, I think. So Colorado Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Monday. So that does look like every other day, doesn't it? Thursday, Saturday, Monday, weed. I wonder how I had it on the mind. Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Tuesday for the Carolina series. So yeah, it looks like we're gonna have a game a night. Game a night. Here we are, conference finals. Hey guys and gals. And whatever. Yeah, maybe the aliens out there. So anyway, hey, thanks for listening. I'm Preston Proctor. You've been listening to Predators Proclivity.